Hi. The activity that I'm going to tell you about is called abstracts. It's an activity that I've used very successfully with many different training groups, but it's particularly useful for a training course which has a fixed focus on a particular area of the ELT industry. My specialism is in testing and assessment, so I use it with classes which are teachers learning about testing, teachers who are exploring the possibility of becoming test designers, item writers, or critical evaluators of tests. And the way the activity works is that you choose a conference, a recent conference on a particular theme. So I would choose one of the testing conferences that are held around the world, and you take the abstracts from the conference program and put them around the class. And students first need to go around and identify if there are ways they can categorize the different abstracts into particular themes. So for example, in testing it might be ones that focus on reliability studies, or one that focus on predictive validity studies, or ones that focus on item design or new item types. So people can choose their own categories, and actually in a teacher training context the idea of categorization is very powerful. The categories that teachers come up with gives you an insight into the way they order the teaching process in their own minds. And then they have a chance to look at all the abstracts on offer and to choose 4 or 3 of those abstracts that they would like to attend if they were to go to the conference. Following that, they justify their choice to a partner and try to negotiate for a single session that they would both attend. So there's that idea of explaining why something's important to you, why you think it's valid to the industry that you're working in, why it's particularly relevant to your context. And as the trainer in that situation, you get to see a lot of people's underlying interests, underlying motivations for being in that course, for studying that area. And you also get the chance to kind of tease out understandings of perhaps quite complex language terminology related to the field, which isn't easy to generate in other ways. Following that, you can have a plenary session in which people talk about the conference presentation they would attend based on the abstract, and they can justify this. So as the teacher, you get to see what are people's key interests, what are people's contextual situations in which they think things are going to be particularly applicable. And if you do this at the start of a course, you have the opportunity of tailoring some of the sessions towards their particular interests. And if you do it towards the end of a course, you have the opportunity of allowing them to reflect on what the ideas were through the course that might be picked up on in some of these conference presentations, and as a springboard to action planning and actually implementing some of the ideas in their own context. And of course, you have that lovely connection with the ongoing continuous professional development that you inspire people to look into conferences and conference attendance for themselves in the future. So I think it works well with particularly specialist teaching, training, testing courses, but you can also do it with more general methodology courses, taking a broader conference like an IATEFL conference or a TESOL conference that may have a whole range of different topics within the ELT field.